Hi, my name's Amanda Lashley, and this is my final project, and it's about my dissertation topic of school choice, accountability, and transparency. I'm having trouble getting my video and the screen in, but I'm going to do my best. Honesty and transparency make you vulnerable. Be honest and transparent anyway. This is just a guiding quote as I work through this dissertation. Just think that transparency is extremely important for these reasons. I have a son with special needs, and so I've had to make school choice, and I felt like there wasn't enough data for me to merely make an informed decision sometimes. I worked at 2 charter schools, one of which lost its charter due to supported data. And then also, my own school has been attacked by charter school media campaigns. More transparency would help with that. And after 10 years of working in a virtual charter school, sometimes the data does not match the personal experiences of our families and teachers. Our data is based on the snapshot of a single day where a student who's typically home, working in a virtual environment, is in a building that he's never been in, with a teacher he's never been with students he's never been with. So to say that's relevant data about their academic achievement would just be untrue. And right now, 3.3 million students are currently enrolled in a charter school movement. This is a growing movement. More transparency is needed. So the purpose of this study will be to provide families and educators with more transparency on the efficacy of different school models. This study will also explore how to share this data, because we're sharing it with different types of people, policymakers, educators, families. So what's the best way to get that information across? Problem statement. Again, I'm sorry, it's not letting me do my whole screen here. Charter schools lack relevant data to show students' achievement growth. So if academic achievement shows the efficacy of a school model, why do we lack relevant measures and ways to display this data? And I believe that as dashboards showing growth and achievement over a 2-year period would provide transparency for parents and educators making decisions. So what does the research say about charter schools and relevant assessments? Montessori charter schools have been advocating for more relevant measurements that match their actual model. Again, they're in the same boat, that they're using A to F standards, which really don't line up with their teaching. And then the state of Indiana sees that we are definitely moving into the virtual age. So what do we need? We need more scrutiny and we need more quality control. What does the research say about displaying relevant data for families and educators? Well, the California State Dashboard is probably doing the best that I can see out of my research that I've done. They do have a good dashboard accountability system. It fulfills the state requirements and it shows different measurements, not just the traditional measurements, and they've had good results from it. What does the research say about assessments and the best metrics to show student growth? A lot of times, we do use a snapshot and we don't look at year-over-year growth. And the research does show that that high-stakes decisions should not be made on a one-day snapshot, but actually over in this particular article, a year's worth of student progress and achievement. So where do I go now? What do I need to figure out? Well, I need to, if I'm wanting to focus more on growth and not the snapshot of one day, which tools and measurements would be most relevant to that? Which data would provide the most transparency for educators and parents? What do they need to see in order to know whether a school model is effective? And then how do you present this data to parents and educators? So what do I need to do next? What's my plan? Well, I need to research. Sorry. I need to research different dashboards. I need to see what's already out there, what's being used. And then I need to look at the different types of measurements that are being used for academic achievement and which ones do the best job of measuring whether a student is showing growth. And what are schools using in addition to A to F report card? What are the trends out there right now? And where does the National Board of Charter Schools weigh in on the issue of relevant data and dashboards? And then we just finished our class on servant leadership. So how does it relate to this specific problem? I think that foresight is needed to address this. We've kind of, I don't want to say we've jumped into the virtual age of teaching, but we've kind of had to because of COVID and other reasons. So we need to look forward, and we need to make sure that we are addressing accountability in the right manner, and we're addressing transparency in the right manner. Accountability is a good thing in schools. It just depends on how we do it. And awareness is key in providing a dashboard that speaks to parents and educators. So, what speaks to me might not speak to somebody else. So you have to think broadly, and you have to put yourself in other people's shoes of what they need and what they're going to react to and what they're going to actually use. A dashboard isn't going to do anybody any good if they're not actually using it. So the data will need to be concise, yet it needs to not be lacking in depth, because when it comes to demographics and components of school performance, like attendance and achievement. So balancing that, is this intuitive? Is it readable? But does it also show depth? I think that that's going to take awareness that a servant leader would have. And here are my resources that I have used. And I had more than this, but these were the ones that have been most relevant so far. And that's the end of my presentation. So thank you very much.